Previously on Chicken Police.
Albert's tongue was torn out, or cut off, I don't know exactly, and he was blinded in one eye, or rather, one of his eyes was missing entirely. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out, he'd be different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
Well, that's, surprising.
I've never seen a cell like this before, that's for sure.
I have.
Myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
It doesn't look like privileges.
Dose of danger.
Privileges.
Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
You don't have a nose.
Smell paint,
You don't either.
ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and great expectations.
Great expectations. What's that doing here?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad.
My viewers come here for average.
Pollution.
I'm on it, boss bird.
And apparently to hear me not speak. I didn't get any of that. Fancy bed.
You know, I don't think he had it so bad in here.
You mean apart from being separated from everyone you love in an ancient mansion filled with madmen?
He didn't love anyone.
You're right.
As always.
Ooh, a letter.
Look at that. A letter.
Okay, let's not talk about it. Let me go into my inventory and actually get it out. Once I remember how to... There we go.
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that.
No. He can still be saved. I believe in... Ooh.
The style. It's very familiar to me.
You've been lonely for far too long, huh?
That gecko looks familiar.
It is, a little. No way. Is this some kind of puzzle?
Oh, God, no.
But we could still find something important here. A pattern, a sign, anything.
I'm gonna be here forever. Oh, God. At Natasha. It's a cat. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Ooh, letter 8. That's gotta mean something. You know, I'm proud of myself for being able to draw that well. Well, I'll see you when I figure this out. So, 3 weeks? Maybe 4? But little did he know, he would never find the answers to the puzzle. For he would scour the earth, looking for clarity in his quest for knowledge, ultimately failing in his task to bring peace amongst the land. For life's greatest puzzle is the one from within.
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever comes of that.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Nothing, Marty.
Ones, Marty, please.
Nothing.
Pitch up your beak,
Full
okay?
of jealousy and
Just use
heartbreak
your
and
imagination, old bird.
more heartbreak. So much heartbreak.
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems. Perfect chaos.
Just like the troubled mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just...
I didn't figure out the puzzle, by the way.
If you say so, boss.
What do you make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't know. What should I?
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
I knew it.
What do you mean?
Although I'm pretty sure everyone knew it.
Soon.
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
Because that's his stick, Marty.
This'll flip
Let him be happy.
Case upside down.
Sonny deserves some happiness in his life.
From some horrible novel?
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusions, Marty.
No, hasty conclusions are where it's at.
So, what now? Where
Let your emotions run wild.
Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
You're driving me crazy. But all right, let's go home.
Okay. Bye, snake guy. I should probably talk to you about something.
What can you tell us about the woman in the photo we saw in Albert's room?
Do you mean Miss Natasha Katsenko? Well, yes. I don't know much about her, but everyone heard her name and her voice around here.
Did she ever visit this place?
Never. But if you ask me, Natasha probably didn't even know Albert was a resident of our institution.
And
I'm sure she did.
Did he mention her often?
Constantly.
I don't trust her.
Obvious he had an affection for Miss Katsenko, but I wouldn't have thought for a moment he could escape because of her.
I wouldn't jump ahead, Doctor. Something else could be behind Albert's disappearance.
Like what?
Think so? Or
The aliens came and took him?
clearly indicate this?
This game has aliens.
Maybe they
I
do.
swear to God.
But in my line of work,
Make that happen.
it's not always the best advisor.
In 99% of cases.
Exactly. But this one typically belongs to the remaining 1%.
If you say so.
So, detectives, have you found what you were looking for?
I'm afraid
Sure
we
have.
Doctor.
I totally did that puzzle.
I wouldn't dare to say I'm happy to hear it, but...
No, it probably wasn't even a puzzle. It was probably just an excuse to draw on the wall.
Well, thanks, Doc.
I hope I don't offend you by saying I hope we're not going to meet anytime soon.
Not on account of either of our jobs, am I right?
Exactly.
That snake's up to something. We'll be back.
Farewell, Miranda dear. Lovely to meet you.
Calm down, Marty. You don't need to swoon every woman we meet.
Marty McChicken never forgets, ma'am.
Oh,
Furry gods. Let's go. Goodbye, miss. It was a pleasure.
goodbye, gentlemen, and happy investigating.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
If there's anything I can help you with, please just ask.
Thank you.
What's in that back room?
You've already...
I was never able to get in there.
Oh, I don't believe this. Those two again?
Take 'em
Hey, they still have the bullet holes from last time.
longer.
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
Forgot how to do this.
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake.
Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic?
I forgot if I'm supposed to hit him or the car. Marty, I don't think we're making it out of here, buddy. Come on, dual wield them. I know you got another one. Whoop. Whoop. Oh, the car does have health. Whoops. Nah, it's armored. We got this. Oh, God. Ram him off the road. Right, gotta shoot the tires.
Are you blind?
You know, this would be a lot easier if you pulled out your fucking shotgun. Damn it!
Come,
Whew. Well, that was close.
A little too close for my taste, and it only strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
Well, come on, what did you work out? Will you tell me already?
Sure.
The brother killed the
Together, piece by
brother
piece.
and took his place.
So what happens now?
The inevitable, Marty. We're going to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about it?
Of course he did.
Stinks, Marty.
This is the whole setup.
Case seems too intricate.
She probably ripped out Ibn's tongue.
Right?
Well, well.
Wears it as a necklace or something.
You did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
What? No, I snorted.
No, you...
You're growing, Sonny. I'm so proud of you.
Marty.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
No,
You aren't having kids.
that's enough.
Okay. So, Albert fell madly in love with Natasha and decided to have her for himself.
And his best chance was to trade places with Ibn Wessler.
So that's why the torn out tongue.
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he wanted to.
What a diabolical plan.
More like insane.
But
Insane in the
what are messages
membrane.
then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
So the messages were written by one of his personalities, consumed by jealousy?
Something like that, Marty. But we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
We're going, Marty, to finally finish what we started.
Well,
I never finish what I start.
anything you'd
I
like
get
to
bored
do
halfway
before?
througly.
Do it now, boss.
It's
You won't have
it's
to.
actually a real problem.
You're right, Marty. It's time to wrap everything up. The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was near.
We really should get that window fixed.
Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything?
She knows everything.
Controlling the puppets from behind the curtain.
She's the mastermind.
Well, if
I don't trust her.
you know where to go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
She's playing with my good nature.
Here I am, Natasha. I hope you're waiting for me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty. And half the...
He forgot to paint the
I
everything.
think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us. And Natasha, too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
You look so cute.
One of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
100%
Plants.
humidity and unbearable heat.
That too.
Not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monster.
Probably some tomatoes.
What? Oh,
Maybe a
you just
plum.
made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure
Do
there's no
plums
such thing.
grow from, You know what? I'm not gonna make myself look even more like an
What the
idiot.
hell is it? Water tower?
I know it isn't hard, but
A frickin' lighthouse?
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, Marty.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
Quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh, yeah.
not impossible. We're back on the map, Marty. Get those marketing deals.
Is this a mansion? Or a
Really, get the marketing deals. We need money.
Or a small city.
I can't afford the hotel room today.
Old Westler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage.
All right, let's burst down these doors.
Hey, not so fast, chickens.
Marty, shotgun.
He didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits, as you may already know.
Come on.
Look who's here.
It's
What a
Marty.
surprise. Our biggest fans.
Lewis isn't here.
Should we give them our autographs?
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I
Literally.
recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces.
Pretty sure it was a car, not a van.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
It is.
Yeah, that's so horny.
Hey, whoa. This is a family show.
It's your precious time. Is that right, Gabriel? Get the hell out of our sights while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
Later, bitch.
This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Well, let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
Yeah, I like your style.
Marty, we'll wait until they invite us in.
I don't like that style.
Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
I hope it does.
Fingers itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
I need some action in my life.
Someone is gonna pay.
I need some distraction from this depressing
Just don't look at
depressiveness.
us. Huh. I wasn't expecting to see Olivia here.
She's real close to Wessler. But how much does she know?
Much more than me, I guess.
Everyone knows much more. I'm glad Sonny was on the same page.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
We do?
Huh?
Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
I don't understand a lot of things. Wow, look who it is.
What do they not understand, Olivia? So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
Math,
Trying to tell the
taxes,
detectives that Mr.
what the difference
Wesler
between
died.
spaghetti and
I'm guessing
linguine are.
He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
I don't think I will.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin,
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes.
No, we're not. I've never seen this woman before in my life.
You know, I had a dream before we came here. I saw Natasha with a bloody mouth and red claws.
I used it as a thumbnail.
What does that tell you?
I don't know, Marty. I admit it. I haven't been this on edge for a long time.
I'm just angry. Truth is, I'm not entirely sure why.
Your sense of justice kicking in?
More like my sense of don't fuck with the chicken police.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Zavas.
Wild gods.
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you
Why didn't you think we would go there?
a woman to talk about such things that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah,
Cold.
please don't.
Well, I pressed the wrong button.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Well, now I do.
Please, Sonny, tell me what is going on.
Yeah,
I can't tell you.
right?
That's the mystery.
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
Long and hard.
I was just
And then
telling the
flaccid.
gentlemen that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this
We
way,
both have our guns, right?
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death.
You said death. Shoot him.
Refresh yourself or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear.
Why can't you make the coffee?
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
Bye. All right, Wessler. Let's look at you.
Now that I know who he really is, he doesn't even resemble Ibn Wessler.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
They have guns.
True. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment.
But tell me, are we going to flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah.
I prefer the courting.
Like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours.
I think it was only 3 times.
With machine guns, I could go on.
And
I think that's
while you're
it.
At it. You could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
Well,
All right.
what about giant spiders? Do they have spiders in this universe? Oh, are they spider people? I don't want to think about that. Oh,
Wessler.
move on, quick.
I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler, what Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why?
No, he's not jealous.
Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
No, we already have the list. Thanks, Lo.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
Thank you.
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
I'm sure he is.
Criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
Could be.
Oh, it's not a crime.
He wasn't consenting. Pretty sure that's a crime.
This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He
I hope
fell
not.
in love with her, didn't he?
Who'd you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
It was me the whole time.
No idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love...
Are you sure about that?
Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly.
Are we?
Quickly.
I don't think we're getting paid.
I'm really starting to lose my patience.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha,
More like a confession.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Dun 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 dun.
Prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not normal. No one would believe his word. Don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
I'm
You're
not.
just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates
He
you,
said it.
doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness?
I know
You
everything.
know about hate.
That's my daily life. I live in the darkness. I was born in it.
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up. And to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I can't.
It's about to be the end of your life.
Her to love me.
Marty, shoot him!
Not for who Ibn was,
Bang, bang!
but for who
Bang!
I am.
Bang, bang,
I
bang!
think that would happen. Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Why'd you take your brother's place?
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious, from the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
You should talk about your feelings more. Open up to people. It's okay, Albert. They'll understand.
So
You can't be afraid to be yourself.
Haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler, but you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way
We all
of
did.
showing your love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
Oh, you can forgive him, Sonny. He just did it for love.
Didn't she? There's not much room.
Don't you know how that feels?
I see it.
Yeah,
He's just afraid.
and in the situation
Confused.
perspective, but you know,
Look at that little face.
very well, it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies. And that's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Oh!
Don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation and doesn't even suit you.
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
All right, I'm supposed to be reading those. Whoops.
Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
You're not the
You have
kind of
one
killer
gun.
you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so?
Marty has like 10.
Maybe, detective.
What would you do if Natasha found out too?
What would you have done if Natasha found out? Kill her too?
You know what? Maybe, yeah. Maybe I would have ended myself too.
Narcissistic pricks like you never commit suicide, Albert.
He's not narcissistic. He's afraid. He just wants someone to love, Sonny. Can't you understand that? Well, I am bailing this.
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Oh God, he's shaking.
Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
His what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So
Your
you
split
think
personality is
he's
Ibn.
here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him.
Or you could be nice. Give him a hug. I'm sure he needs that.
When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell in love with her? End of story?
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
He's wounded. Give him a hug. Tell him everything will be alright.
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp turn, detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control and dangerous.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never hurt a fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did
Not
you
foolish.
do to her, Albert?
I believe in you.
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert?
Albert hated himself the most ever since he was born. He idolized Ibn. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But
You can still be it.
Albert had always
Take the world by storm.
a pitiful nobody.
Painter, criminal, mastermind.
There's no more Albert. And no more Ibn either. It's only me, and for both of them, I'm perfect.
Can it be that the
You can still be redeemed, Albert.
say these things?
Ibn. No, you're Albert.
Calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name should I use?
I don't know anymore. I don't.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha
You can be too, Sonny.
to you, right? Too kind.
Make a friend, not an enemy.
Simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so, distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was.
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
Maybe it's not too late.
You can be good.
Tell
I believe in you.
and end this.
No. You can't understand this.
I'm not giving up on you, Albert.
I killed Ibn, but he also killed me. Can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I are not so different.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye.
I wouldn't.
So long, Albert.
Get him, Marty. You're just standing in the corner there. Yeah, I'm a bad cop. Sue me. Stare down of the century. Damn it! That's not Marty. I asked you to do one thing, Marty, and you can't even... Ugh.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know.
No, we wouldn't.
But believe me,
Marty has a gun,
carefully before firing.
and he's not using it. Ever!
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And
No, you're not.
Molly.
I still don't trust you. How are you making those noises with your mouth, Sonny?
The cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
Do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Hi, Blood Boil.
Say anything.
Hi, Monica.
No need.
How are you?
Valentino. Monica already told me everything.
You
Monica.
fucking snitch.
Boys, what were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks.
We said goodbye.
Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
You're
nobody
fired.
will get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Oh no, paperwork.
It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law, but we're sorry.
Don't apologize for me. I regret nothing.
You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that? So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
We'll go left to right.
I don't know if I've ever seen Monica in daylight.
This means she's real, not just the ghost of the police station.
So, you can finally ask her out on a date.
I'd rather not.
Hear that. Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
No,
No, he won't.
You put holes in
Like I said,
Well,
Marty has guns.
that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me.
Boss, buddy,
I
pal.
wouldn't have thought it, but I'm glad the old hound's here.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of pecking,
Ah, look what garbage the wind brought in.
Good gods, is this guy everywhere?
Our faithful chronicler.
I swear I'm gonna hang him someday. How the hell did you find your way here, Tim?
Tim knows everything.
Where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
maybe he is.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
Could you, though?
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Any for you, Tim.
Hey.
Okay. I thought it'd be nice to Tim for once, but screw me, I guess.
What will happen to her now?
I don't know.
She'll just stand there
No.
endlessly for the rest of her life.
So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am?
Goodbye, detectives.
Meowdy. How am I getting out of here?
One debt to society later.
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicken Police in the flesh.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
No, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Everyone's going through their character arc.
We'll try.
Ooh,
You're changing for the better.
thanks.
I'm so proud of you.
Please.
Oh, now you have the gun, Marty. And that's the story of why I'm not allowed back at the police force.